Hey, William.
Yeah.
William. Hey, so in the ending of
Yes.
Final Fantasy VII, right? They remade the scene where Zack dies. So you get a complete remake of that scene.
What? The fuck? This is we're no stop. Why are we getting? Why are we leading into Final Fantasy VII? It's not
Hey, no,
even.
wait, it doesn't matter. By the time this gets uploaded, Final Fantasy VII remake will be out. So this leak ending I'm talking about is no longer considered a spoiler unless I decide to upload this fucking way earlier than I need to. Just
Just
to,
upload it
just,
today. Just fucking
no,
upload it
oh,
today.
just upload it. Just upload in the next upload cycle. As long as I
Mm.
upload before the game's out, we can just talk about the Final Fantasy VII ending in the beginning of this. So anyway,
God damn
so
it.
in Final Fantasy VII, right? So as they leave Midgar, Sephiroth shows up and he creates like this fucking time portal or some fucking magic portal shit. And he sounds like a Kingdom Hearts boss to that shows up. He's like, oh hey, look, check out this Kingdom Hearts boss. And then he fucking leaves, and
I
then they
swear to God.
and then they chase after it, and that's the end of episode 1. It's really
I'm
fucking
so
stupid. It's
I'm
really
so
fucking.
annoyed. Every
It's
time I
really.
hear you, it's just it tilts me so much. I just
No,
get more and more
no, but
annoyed at it
the
as I
problem
hear
the
it.
problem is you don't know what I'm telling you is true or not because it
That's
sounds
what
really
annoys me
fucking
too.
fake and made up.
I
But
know.
considering how Nomura has been a fucking garbage writer for the last 14 years, you don't know anymore.
I'm so mad. He's just like it could. I'm hoping it's fake, and when it comes out, history will side with me. But I'm afraid history will side with you, and that's what scares me the most, more than this goddamn virus.
Yeah, so literally the best part about watching that ending leak was when they remade the last scene of Crisis Core. So you played Crisis Core, right?
Crisis Court. I did not, but I did
For
read
the
the synopsis for it.
Okay, so basically the ending cutscene, like the main ending cutscene, with Zack, the character you fight, his last stand, because they're at the store, because
Yeah,
in the end he gets hunted down by the government, by the Shinra company. So
yeah.
they remade that scene and with I think Unreal Engine, wherever engine they're using for 7. So that shit looks really nice. And all it did at the end was maybe wish we get a Crisis Core remake, because I would rather have a Crisis Core remake now. Crisis Core was a very good game. All
Hmm.
right, hey, all right. So all right. So we spent the first 3 minutes talking about Final Fantasy.
Hooray!
All right, hey. So we can talk
I'm
about. So we probably talk about what we're
so
actually. Wait,
excited.
that's the clickbait. That's the
I am
clickbait title
now.
for this video. Final Fantasy VII remake ending. Dark Phoenix
Oh
spoiler
my.
cast.
What a fucking tie-in. What a fucking way to hook the listeners in. What the
Yeah. Okay.
fuck,
So,
dude?
so anyone who wanted to only listen to the Final Fantasy VII remake ending, there you go. That's it. You can stop listening to this video now. But if you want, feel free to listen to us as we talk about Dark Phoenix.
God, dude. Okay,
I'm giving the people what they want.
I want to leave. That's what I want.
All right, so let me open up with the original zinger I had for this video. So William,
Okay. Yeah.
so this is the original zinger. Hey, so William, you know how everyone hated X-Men: The Last Stand?
Yeah.
Okay, so what if for Dark Phoenix we get the guy that wrote X-Men: The Last Stand to come and direct X-Men Dark Phoenix?
Oh, recipe for disaster, I'd say.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing I haven't used this joke yet.
God, dude. Yeah, it's a good thing indeed.
It's a good thing, even though. Okay, so hey, yes, hey, we're talking about Dark Phoenix.
Yeah.
So
God.
what do you want to talk about with? Because there's a lot to talk about with Dark Phoenix.
Mm. God. How do we go about this? I guess by usual we go by the plot.
Hmm.
So here we go.
Okay.
I'm doing this. I hate that I'm doing this. Like
Oh,
this movie has sucked the soul out of me.
Look,
Okay.
look. Don't worry. At least this movie is not the last X-Men movie to be
Oh
made,
yeah,
right?
we got
We
New
still
Mutants.
we still get the New Mutant, which is set to be released at some point in its lifespan.
Hold on, let me look up when this is coming out. Okay, because I need to know
What?
when this is coming out before we
What?
start.
Dark Phoenix or
Oh,
New Mutant?
today.
What?
It comes out today.
Oh,
The New
oh.
Mutants.
Oh, was this supposed to be released today?
Yeah.
Originally?
I mean, this is what I'm seeing, but hold on.
When was
I
New
was
Mutant supposed to be released? This movie's been delayed like 20 times. When was it?
Wow. I like how I see like this fucking review. It's like, oh, it's like I haven't seen it yet, but what the hell? I'm going to take a leap of faith and recommend it anyway. I'm
Let's
like,
see, release. Originally
what?
supposed to release. Oh, it was supposed to be released today. Jesus Christ. Oh fuck! This movie's never getting released at this point.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
How many cuts?
But wait, is it actually out or
No,
or is it just
no,
like
no.
not?
It hasn't been out. I think they should literally just release this thing as fucking video on demand at this point.
That's what I'm saying. Because it's like I'm just wondering if it actually is out to watch right now. If like on stream.
So there are 3 cuts of this movie. Not of Dark Phoenix, but apparently of New Mutants. Apparently.
What? But
Apparently there are 3 cuts.
Okay. I know they had reshoots because
Yeah,
I
so
know
yeah,
it
that was
delayed
the
recently.
first cut was the original cut, and then the reshoot cut, and then Disney cut, and then Disney made a final cut.
Disney. What? Okay. Well. All right.
Yeah. All right, cool. So I can't wait for the New Moon spoiler cast whenever the fuck that gets up. Whenever the fuck.
When is this coming out? I need to know.
I legitimately just want to watch New Moon. At this point the X-Men franchise is dead because it technically it's actually dead.
It should have ended with Logan. Yeah.
Yeah, like the X-Men franchise is dead, but I just
I
want to
know.
see New Mutants come out at this point. They should literally just rebrand it as an MCU movie at this point and not care.
I'm just. It's like. God. They really should have just ended it with Logan and stopped there. That was the high point. That was the highest of highs. And it seems that. I think Last Stand is still considered the lowest of lows, right? And then it's Apocalypse. Because I know Dark Phoenix. Okay, because I'll just say right out, I didn't like Dark Phoenix. It was just, but the thing is, it had some good things in it, but everything else was bad.
Shots. It had cool shots. I'll give it that.
Also, the action sequences were actually kind of fun to watch.
Yeah. Hey, Michael Fassbender and James fuck, how do you pronounce this last
James
name?
McAvoy.
Michael Fassbender and James McAvoy are a treasure, and we gotta protect them. We
Protect them from what?
from the New Mutants.
From mutants?
Move the fuck out of the way, Winnie the Pooh. You're in the fucking way. I'm trying to save your fucking lives. There are fucking vegetables rolling.
Oh, right. I forgot you were playing Kingdom Hearts for some fucking reason. God damn it, Austin.
Look, I need to get this trophy, okay? I need to hit these vegetables 150 times.
God, dude.
Yeah, so, alright, so you just want to you just go do plot rundown real quick?
Plot rundown. Okay. I'm going to see about getting through this as fast as possible because I don't want to think about this movie any longer. Okay, 1975. Alright. We got a young Jean Grey and her parents. They get in a car accident. The car accident kills her mother. The reason they get into a car accident, Jean didn't like the radio.
Yeah.
She didn't like the song.
What a spoiled kid.
Yeah. She was like, no, I changed radio station. But then she's like, oh wait, I don't want to change radio station. She's in conflict with herself. She causes car to crash.
Yeah.
Okay.
Music kills is what this movie's trying to say.
So, we get a scene where Charles Xavier comes in, and he's like, hey man, join my school. Yeah. And she's like, also she's very much taking the point that her parents have died in a car crash very well. Also, I should say that her parent, not only her mother died, her father's alive, but he's like he's too spooked by his own daughter to take her in. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. But Charles Xavier comes and tells her that both her parents died because he doesn't want her all sad and stuff. Mm-hmm. All right. So then we skip forward into the future. 1992. Yeah. The X-Men respond to a stress signal from the space shuttle, the Endeavour. Mm-hmm. At least that's from what I heard or learned after I looked up the Wikipedia. It's been damaged by it's been critically damaged by a solar, like something that looks like a solar flare but isn't a solar flare.
Yeah.
And so
I wonder what it could be.
Yeah, I wonder what it could be. So they're saving the astronauts, and what is kind of cool to me because you kind of see how the X-Men work as a team. It's like, okay, you do this, you do that. This is how we get this mission done.
That was the main question. Did they film this in zero G? That's the main question. Did they pull a Tom Cruise and film this? Fuck this game. Fucking parts. Fucking Winnie the Pooh. Fucking stupid ass bear. Okay, sorry. Okay.
But it's Winnie the Pooh. He's only a silly old bear. He's a silly old bear. But anyway.
This Winnie the Pooh is causing me to die.
Like if it's anyone's fault, it's your own. Okay.
You're right. Just like
But
it's all the Momo's fault. Yeah. So hey, this is a cool sequence. I like the sequence of them in space doing space stuff.
yeah, that was fun. But you get like basically the commander's still on the ship, and then you get Jean who needs to go. Who they have 30 seconds. Xavier kind of insists on Jean saying, oh, you can do this, and then Raven or Mystique here.
Mm-hmm.
Is all like, no, I don't want to risk my team. I don't want them to lose their lives. Understandable reactions.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. And so, G's like, yeah, I can do it. And then so you got Nightcrawler coming in and then taking her into the shuttle where she keeps the ship together and then gives Nightcrawler enough time to get the commander. But the Solar Flare reaches them, and so the Solar Flare ends up destroying the ship. Nightcrawler and the commander get out of there. Jean is basically taking in the solar energy, and then Nightcrawler gets her after it appears that it's done nothing to her, and everything seems fine. You get a scene, between Xavier and Mystique, where they're like, it's like, yo, you have an ego, and it's like, yeah, but it's a necessary
Then
ego.
they get into like a little argument about like, oh hey, why are you doing this for? You're not doing this for mutant kind. You're doing this for mankind or some ideology.
No, it's not. No, it's not like that. It's more like the fact
Like,
that she's like, you risked my team for your goddamn ego, because the thing is he's saying, yes, I risked the team because for everything we worked for, that kind of thing. So yeah, he's on a bit of an ego trip considering that he did good stuff, and then, so he's kind of riding on a high, right? Mm-hmm. And then she leaves for a bit. You get they're partying, because they're celebrating the victory, and then, but then you get Jean basically having like this. She accidentally unleashes her powers on the mutants that are celebrating,
mm-hmm.
and then you find out that
so they come back from the space trip, and then her power starts freaking out basically, and so basically during the party, like it was like she like a cat, she hates loud noises, and so sorry, I'm trying to say Winnie the Pooh.
Okay, but at this point, you kind of learn that Xavier's trying to figure out what's going wrong with Jean.
Yeah.
So he uses Cerebro, and so he says that he placed mental walls in Jean's mind to protect her from experiencing trauma, and he finds out that because with Jean's enhanced powers that they destroyed those walls, and so she's fully she's starting to she's experiencing the trauma that was blocked off, making her all full of rage and pain and stuff. Mm-hmm. So she travels to her hometown, and then after she learns that her father is still alive, and then she learns that he abandoned her. Yeah. And so she basically starts remembering she recovers the memory of the car accident, and she finds out that she had basically been the cause of, she caused her mother to go unconscious because she was at the wheel, and so she finds out she's the reason for it. I guess she kind of develops a form of PTSD or something. I don't know. It's not very clear, but she finds out she's the cause for it. She kind of freaks out. The X-Men come in to take Jean home. But then, she's freaking
out about power.
She freaks out about
control. Or
she's angry. She loses control. Basically, she's angry that that Xavier lied to her and stuff like that. And then she starts kind of like having. I guess it's not the word I would use, but it's the word that comes to mind. She kind of has a tantrum, Mm-hmm. with her powers, so she kind of like messes with the community. She they have a brief fight. She uses her powers against Nightcrawler and Quicksilver, and Quicksilver. She's all powerful. She can
we get another Quicksilver scene in this movie.
Yeah, but to be fair, that was kind of it's a cool way to kind of show off like how she's like even more powerful despite like because you get Quicksilver who can basically do anything because of how fast she's going. But even with how fast he's going, that where time kind of goes to a standstill, she's still powerful enough to be just like, I can still see you moving. I can still basically stop you from getting to me.
She pulls a Superman.
Yeah, basically. And so and then Raven Mystique is trying to talk to her, talk her down, but she has an outburst of power, and then it results in Mystique getting killed. Yeah. Basically, by getting impaled by some broken wood from like a house that kind of just exploded from the outside. And so, you got that. Then you got Jean traveling to a mutant refugee island of sorts. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming it's Genosha. They never really say. I'm assuming it's Genosa, but so she's trying to get some help from Magneto. In controlling her anger, her rage and stuff. Mm-hmm. But she's turned away and asked to leave after she kind of like the thing is the military comes in and so is trying to find her.
Asking, hey Magneto, have you seen Jean Grey? Hey, she killed some people. Right. You seen Jean Grey? He's like, no, I haven't seen Jean Grey.
I mean, understandably, he tries to protect her, but he doesn't try to force a fight because he's kind of learned from that at this point. Yeah. And so, she basically destroys a copter. She's about to destroy the other one, but Magneto is able to hold it off long enough so that so the military can actually enter the helicopter, and he can just basically move the helicopter away from Jean. And so he asks her to leave. And then we have this point where Jean meets I don't know what her Jessica Chastain.
Look, does this alien even had a name throughout the movie? I don't think this alien even had a fucking fuck this game.
I don't recall. But from what I'm reading here,
this alien just fucking shows up and take over some fucking suburban's mom's body. It's like, hey,
yeah, which is kind of it's like oh, that's kind of fucked, dude. But I think the name here that is telling me is Vuk or Vuk. I don't know if that's how you pronounce
was this
it.
Ever? When was this even named in the movie? I don't think they ever named her at any point during the movie.
I'm looking at the credits and it says that her name was Vuk or something like that.
When was this ever said?
I'm just saying that's what she's there for. Ooh. But she encounters Jessica Chastain's character Vuk, who basically explains to her what what this power is inside of her, mm-hmm. and that
she's like, hey, you guys remember you guys fought Apocalypse, and during the end phase you created a Phoenix.
Remember that? But she's basically explaining that to Jean that she's bonded with like. They never say what the name of it is, but they say it's a force of cosmic power. But she's basically infused with the Phoenix Force. And so, and this force, wiped out their home planet long ago, and it's consumed everything that it came across. But then it was drawn to Jean, and so Jean, took in the power, and she's saying, oh, but you could use this power to bring life and stuff, that kind of thing. And so. You cut to a scene where Hank, who is very, sad, I guess, over Raven's death. He goes to Magneto, and the mutant refugees there, and asks for their help to kill Jean. And Magneto's like, why am I gonna do that, man? Nah, I'm not doing that. But he's like, but she killed Mystique, and it's like, shit. Now I'm sad. Now I have to kill her. And so. They basically the X-Men are like, oh shit, where's Hank? And then they're like, oh wait, I know where they are. He's with Magneto. They're gonna kill Jean. So then they have this Xavier tries to stop him, and then Magneto's not having it. Then they end up having a fight in the street, and they know that Jean is in the building, and so there's a fight. Everyone just basically wrecks up the street. Magneto enters the building and confronts Jean and tries to kill her, but then he ends up failing because Jean is too strong at this point. And then you have Xavier enter the building
Nightcrawler.
with Nightcrawler,
Nightcrawler. Yeah.
right? And then uh, Jean attacks them, and then she has a bit of a power trip, and then Xavier is like he's basically telling her, this isn't you, just read my mind, and then I never meant to hurt you, I just meant to try to protect you from the pain, that kind of stuff. And then she sees that he's genuine, and then she feels kind of sad, and then and so she doesn't want this power and stuff, so she kind of offers to let Jessica Chastain's character to take the force from her. But then it's while she's taking the force from her, it's killing Jean, and then Xavier says this, like, tries to tell Jean to stop, but then Vuk, like she has this one-off line. She's like, oh yeah, but I don't care if you guys die. I'm gonna take over the world with this power. And it's like, oh, okay, I guess you can do that too.
That was her plot. That was her real motive.
Yeah, and then I know.
Oh, before I talk about how the problem, one of the most predominant scene was how when Xavier confronts Jean, she does the fucking oh fuck, I'm so fucking hard. Whoops, damn it.
Wow, amazing. But yeah, it's like you get a scene similar to Last Stand, basically.
Yeah.
Like it looks like he's about to turn into dust, like in Last Stand, but that doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
And so you get this hold on, let me get some water real quick.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, when was getting water?
Okay.
Yeah, so.
No, I'm still here. I mean, it's right here. I have the water.
It's right here. Oh, you have.
Yeah, I came prepared. Water. I just needed to take a sip real quick.
Fuck. Oh, fuck you.
It's a lot to get through, but you get Cyclops coming in, and then Cyclops ends up shooting Jessica Chastain out a window or something, and then stops her from
absorbing. Yeah.
Stops her from
fucking amazing alien race right there. Fucking lose to a laser pointer.
Yeah, but he prevents her from absorbing the force from Jean, but Jean loses consciousness. Troops come in from the U.S. government who use stun weapons and power inhibiting collars or something like that, and they subdue both factions of mutants.
Yeah.
And then they're placed into a train that is, I'm assuming, heading to a prison.
Mm-hmm.
And so on the train, Xavier kind of has this. Xavier admits to Hank that he was right, that I did kind of fuck with Jean's mind, and that I was on an ego trip. I was wrong, and I'm sorry for that. So they kind of reconcile. But then the train is attacked by Vuk. Jessica Chastain's character.
By the alien group.
By the alien race. That came in. And so the soldiers are kind of overpowered. And,
because they're right. These guys aren't mutants, so their mutant weapons have no effect on these guys.
Right. And so one guy frees the mutants so that they can fight the threat, and so the mutants deal with most of the aliens. But then you get Jessica Chastain coming back in, and she's heading for Jean. And she's basically, because she has part of the force in her, she's able to basically stop most of the people who basically stop all the mutants, even Magneto. And so Xavier, in the meantime, is talking with Jean in his mind, and they kind of reconcile. And so then after forgiving Xavier, Jean wakes up and has control of the Phoenix Force, and she saves the mutants from Jessica Chastain's attack, and then basically just, she brings the whole the train up and basically wrecks the whole train, but as it protects all the mutants that were in there, and then they're on the ground. Then all the rest of the remaining aliens go to attack her, but it's all useless because she is Jean. She has the Phoenix Force. She can fuck everyone up.
Mm-hmm.
But then you get Jessica Chastain, who comes in, and this is trying to drain Jean of the Force. But Jean is like takes her up into space, retakes the power from Jessica Chastain and kills her, and then I guess Jean somehow dies, I guess, or disappears in a burst of energy or something, and it ends up forming a phoenix, and it's like,
get
I
it? Because it's a
guess,
Phoenix Force.
yeah, and I
It's
guess
just like that
she's
time
dead
she
or
fought
something.
Apocalypse and she had the Phoenix symbolizing her. But that was like the worst foreshadowing ever from Age of Apocalypse, was when they just
Yeah.
randomly showed the Phoenix surrounding her. So
Yeah.
Age of Apocalypse wasn't a great movie, right? It had a lot going on, right? But real quick, off tangent. But literally that scene in Age of Apocalypse, like, they just show her having the Phoenix Force, like, oh, I'm fucking sure you're having a Phoenix. Like, I know, like, we know, like, if you follow the X, like you know she gets them, she becomes the host of the Phoenix Force, but, like, randomly
Yeah.
just showing her being surrounded by the Phoenix or made no fucking sense. All that does is imply, like, there's, like, some deeper fifth dimensional connection between her and the Phoenix Force, but there isn't. That's not how the Phoenix Force works and everything. So literally that scene was just so off-putting when I was watching Age of Apocalypse.
Hey, Austin, that's not how the Force works, okay?
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Thanks for listening to that terrible joke. I don't blame you if you cut off on this. Oh.
Right, I think everyone cut it off once I was done with the Final Fantasy VII remake ending, so it's fine.
Yeah. But then you see it's the aftermath. They rename Xavier's school to the Jean Grey School for Gifted Youngsters.
Mm-hmm.
Hank becomes the new dean, and because then you find that Xavier is, I guess, retired, and so he's in Paris. You get a scene where Xavier and like Eric meet up,
and then Magneto shows up and he's like, "Hey, yo, I'm back.
Yeah.
Wait. So this scene is what we call a callback. Ooh.
Yeah, woo.
Ooh.
So you get Eric or Magneto, who's like, oh, you offered me a home, I offer you a home too, and then Xavier's like a little, like, he's a little down in the dumps. So then they start playing chess to kind of, like, reconcile their friendship, I guess, again for the 15th time.
Yeah. Don't worry. By the next movie, they're not gonna be friends again. Don't worry about.
Yeah. Don't worry about that.
But by the end of the next movie, they're gonna be friends again.
God. And so they start playing chess and stuff, and then it's like then you see off in the sky there's like a phoenix that appears in the sky, and then the movie ends. Alright, so that's as much as the synopsis I got through. We didn't discuss any of the smaller details, but that's what we're gonna do now. Let me take a sip.
Drink that one.
Right.
Yeah, drink it good. Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, alright? God, shut up. Fuck, I hope you die a million times to Winnie the Pooh.
I just want to get the fucking trophies.
I hope you keep missing that one trophy. You're 99%, but you'll never get the one. I hope that's what happens.
So literally for this trophy, I have to hit the fucking vegetables 100. Oh fuck! Damn it! I fucked up. Okay. Anyways, so hey, all right. So okay, fuck. I'm not gonna talk about Kingdom Hearts anymore. It's tilting me. Yeah.
But okay. So I guess if anything, we can start with the positives. The best thing that I would say that came out of this movie is honestly the action scenes.
Yeah, the shots were cool. They gave Magneto cool scenes in this movie.
They really did well with Magneto's scenes, because you got him basically flinging metal and stuff everywhere, as he is to do. But you got him physically fighting with the metal, and like in the train scene, he's basically like essentially cutting off heads and like just stabbing people with like shards of metal. Yeah. I wish I could just. I don't know how to give the scene justice. It's honestly something you would have to see for yourself. Because if you're gonna watch this movie, you only watch for the action scenes, because those are actually honestly fun. I love watching the action scenes.
Literally, one of my favorite Magneto scenes was the scene where he literally grabbed every single gun, and then he's just
Jessica Chastain's character. Jessica Chastain's character comes in.
Yeah,
and
comes into the train, and he just literally starts grabbing every single gun in the train, and he does like this whole gun wing, like a stupid anime character, like a stupid anime. he gets he makes a wings of guns, and he starts shooting her with every single bullet.
It's really cool though, because he's just bringing up all these guns as Jessica Chastain's character. I refuse to say the name anymore because the name is kind of dumb. But like she's walking forward and she's just getting pelted by bullets and everything, and it's just honestly awesome just to see Magneto's use of his powers here.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's even fun when you're watching Jean, using the power of the Dark Phoenix, because it's like literally you can see, it's like when she's on a power trip, you're also kind of on a power trip too, because as much as I don't like the movie and I don't like the reason, like, okay, because I'm gonna go into a bit on the negative here, but because like a lot of like the reasoning for her losing control to her power, you don't feel from her, because so like I'm gonna blame the direction here, because Sophie Turner doesn't exactly make me feel like she's losing control. She just kind of is, and it doesn't feel like she's like deeply troubled or angry, or she doesn't give off that sense. But even when but back into the positive here. But even if she doesn't give off the like a good performance here, like her just being on a power trip is actually just fun to watch, because it's just like, especially like when she's like actually using that power, like in the train, like, or the train wreck scene is what I'll call it. You see her basically turning all the rest of the aliens into dust, and it's just kind of fun to see. Like they try, but they can't do shit. And even though if one of them basically looks like they kill her, it doesn't she doesn't die, and she's like, "Fuck you, I turn you to dust too." And it's just fun to watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot of the action scenes that are fun to watch. That that are basically the highlight of this movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then what else? Then James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender all did good jobs with their characters.
I mean, I can't say it's on the level as it was in First Class or Days of Futures Past, because they do a lot better there. But
is there 4 movies in the fucking prequel series? How many fucking
no,
movies?
there's just for you to know, there's First Class, there's Days of Future Past, Age of Apocalypse, and this
Dark
one.
Phoenix. Yeah, 4 movies. Okay, fucking Christ. There's fucking 4 movies in this.
So you get two good ones, and then you get 2 bad ones. So I guess it kind of evens out. But
is that how it works?
No, yeah. That's exactly how it works. But that's the thing. Like, the thing is, they give better performances in the other movies. But Age of Apocalypse we're not talking about. But here it's serviceable. Like it's fine. But they're not given a lot anyway. But it's just, you kind of accept it for what it is. They do fine with what they're given, and that's kind of it. Honestly, like, it's just honestly the only thing that comes to mind is the action scenes, and that's honestly it for me. That's good from this movie. I mean, I guess there's some interesting shots, but otherwise, not really. Because a lot of the problems with the story is, for one, the performances that are basically given. Because honestly, a lot of it feels like it's kind of phoned in, you know? Especially from, I mean, she doesn't have a lot to do anyway, but Jennifer Lawrence, she's just kind of, there. She really is there for most of it. And then it's like, they get rid of her very quickly anyway. As she kind of serves as to move the vehicle for 2 other characters. And it's kind of lame that way. I was kind of hoping maybe we'd have it like, I don't know, maybe she survives her attack or whatever, and then she will probably be. It's like, honestly, from the way it feels, if she got hurt from Jean and then she survived the attack but still forgave her anyway, that probably would have worked better. But we're not talking about the story yet. The thing is, a lot of the performances are just phoned in, because like, you got Sophie Turner, who honestly, I don't think she was given it a good direction, is what I'll say, and because I mean, she can do good. I know that. I've watched Game of Thrones, and honestly, she can give a good performance. But in here, while she's supposed to feel angry and betrayed, but honestly, it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel as extreme as it should have been before. Because the thing is, what triggers, like, I guess the Phoenix Force, if anything, would be like a very deep, passionate drive of emotion that should be pushing it, but you don't get that from her at all. and it feels like, she's kind of like, she's miffed is what I would say. She's pissed, but she's not deeply deeply angry, or she's not in a rage or anything. And that's the thing. It doesn't feel like that's something that, like, it feels like, she would just, all she would need was basically, she's angry at something, she'd go off, do something else, then come back. It's like, I'm not angry anymore. That's the kind of emotion that I'm feeling from her. But and you're supposed to be led to believe that it's something that's like really driving her to do terrible things, but you don't get that at all.
Yeah.
Even when she's like, she kills Raven or Mystique.
Yeah.
She, like, you get this one, like, this nice scene, I guess. Like, this is a scene that I kind of liked. It's
like she's trying to wipe off the blood. She's
in the rain and she's just trying to wipe the blood off. Like that, I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of feel bad for you here. But then later on, when she's trying to react in anger or anything like that, it's like, she doesn't feel angry. You'll watch and she's like, I guess she is angry. She looks angry, I guess. But then that's it, And that's the same with most everyone else. Like you get people who's like, I guess he feels sad or he looks sad, but he doesn't feel like he's like, with Hank. Now Hank is like Mystique's lover.
Mm-hmm.
And she dies, and then you get the scene with the funeral. Also, they really do a disservice to like Raven when they're at her funeral, because it doesn't look good. It feels like it's just like there's this mound of dirt. You get flowers, but you don't even get a headstone or anything. You don't get like the whole school of people there to kind of mourn her death or whatever. I guess it makes sense if it was a private thing, but like
it's on the school's property.
Yeah, I know, but it's like it's like
this is the private ceremony, all right? They already had the public ceremony.
Yeah, but that's my thing, because it's like they give a few words and stuff, and they don't really focus on any of the characters looking sad or anything. They don't really like. Xavier gives a speech, but you don't really get to have
Xavier
a chance to
always give a speech.
Okay, yeah, but like you don't get. Okay, but let me get through this. But like, they don't focus on the character's grief at all, really. You get a shot of them, but you don't get to see them really mourning her or really feeling sad over it. And I think they just kind of look down, and I guess they look troubled, but they're not like grieving. It doesn't look like that at all. And honestly, like, then there's like this conversation between Hank and Xavier, and it's like, fucking like, it's like, I guess they're mourning. Because you get Xavier coming in, he grabs a drink and he's still trying to cheer Hank up and stuff, but it doesn't feel like Hank's like so sad. Like, he does the motions, but he doesn't feel like, I don't believe that he's really grieving. Like it's tearing his heart out. You just kind of, he's like, he's crying. I guess he's sad, and then and I guess I was hoping for more on Xavier's part, because honestly, he grew up with Raven and stuff, but you don't get any real grief from him
that's
either.
The thing is like Professor X, Charles Xavier, literally did not show a response to Mystique. He's like, yeah, Mystique dead. I'm sad. Like. There's nothing to indicate, like, yeah, because, like you're saying, because they grew up together, as like you were saying, because that was the thing in the first movie, that they chased the origin story for all these characters, and, like, so like, when she died, he was like, he had, like, no emotion, like, he gave a speech, like, yeah, hey, Mystique was the best of us, she's what, blah, 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 stuff like that, like the speech, right? But, like, there's nothing to show that he was, like, he meant what he was saying. He was like, yeah, Mystique dead. Mystique dead, we sad. There was like nothing to, right? Like he wasn't showing that he fuck you, Winnie the Pooh, fucking piece of shit. There was nothing to show that he actually was sad for Mystique's death, like, right? That was like thing when she died. I was like, honestly, then we see yeah, he didn't look sad. I don't know if it was that because if he was trying to put up a front, be like, oh man, I'm the leader. I can't look sad in front of the other X-Men or whatever, right? Something like that. But it was just like, yeah, that was my thing problem with Xavier's character. It was like he didn't seem like he cared for his actions in this movie of stuff that happens. He's just like, it happened. We move on. All right, next scene. That's it.
Like, as like, you're supposed to like feel like for as important a character as Raven seems to be in this movie,
Yeah.
you don't get a real focus on her, on the impact that her death should have had on everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's really annoying. Like it's just there to. Oh God, she's just like her death just serves as a vehicle for other characters' plot lines, and that's kind of annoying too. Like they could have done something more interesting, as I said before. Like maybe she survives the attack. Maybe she has to kind of grapple that. Maybe Jean isn't who she as she was before, but then maybe she, like there could have been a scene where she kind of overcomes that. Like and she could have been like the reason like why Jean kind of comes back. But then you could have gotten something else too, like where Raven tries to like help Xavier see that he's kind of losing himself in the glitz and glamour of things, and you know, that would have been a lot better. Maybe Hank is just like if you want to get Magneto involved, maybe he learns of it from Hank or something. I don't know, because he's just trying to like protect her, and he just genuinely believes that Jean isn't who she is anymore. But then you get Raven coming in, maybe snapping them both out of it or something. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know. I would have liked Raven to have been more than what she was in this movie.
Yeah, like she pretty much did nothing besides her death. Like she didn't serve anything in this movie.
Yeah.
Like arguably, like you could literally cut out the Mystique's death in this movie, and the movie still would have played out exactly the same.
Yeah. But that's the thing. But if they're gonna have Raven too, it's like I would have I would have loved for her to have been the reason why Jean kind of accepts, that she's the reason she calms down. Maybe because like I feel like it's like he didn't mean it, that kind of thing, and then she and then Jean believes it from her, and then from there, because Xavier sees how Raven's doing. Then you could have had it so like he learns that he made mistakes too, and then we get like this whole thing where like then you get Jean and Xavier apologizing and stuff for what they've done, and then they accept that. That would have been better. Because honestly, then from there on, it probably would have been set like Mystique is running the school, which I would have believed that was how I said it would have led into it, which probably would have been better, honestly, because like. It's very weird just to have like Hank come in and become the new dean. It felt like that should have been a thing for Raven, especially because she's the one on the field. She's the one who's caring for these people, and then it would have worked a lot better.
Yeah.
For her to basically run the school, and then basically she's the one who, because she was out there, she would know what's best, and then you won't have shit like this happening again. And it's just, but anyway, that's a whole different thing. But then it's I mean, a lot of it is just the performance in the story. It's like a lot of it you have it more people telling you, like with Jean. Now she's like she has this whole thing. It's like when I get angry or sad, bad things happen. Also, the dialogue is not great here. I'm saying
I know.
that real quick.
There's some really fucking cringy lines.
Yeah, because she says that at least 3 times, if I remember. Because you get Jean basically saying, when I lose control, bad things happen to the people I love. And it's just not said well enough for the line to work,
That's not a good line to begin with, to be honest.
It's not a good line to begin with, exactly. But it's like, if she said it with some real conviction or emotion, or like where I could believe that, then, it could have been like, yeah, I can accept the weirdness of this line if it's said with some real emotional force behind it. But because the performance are lacking here, it doesn't work. That's the thing, because a lot of it's just phoned in, and I'm pretty sure honestly it's just the direction of the movies that just kind of ruins everything.
Yeah.
And then you get the alien forces just kind of feel
like just there. I literally didn't know what the fuck their purpose was until Jessica's Chassis character is like, oh yeah, we want to take over the Earth. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Thank you for establishing that. Literally at the end of the movie. So fucking good. We finally know what your guys' purpose was, because they just show up. Like they don't establish anything with these aliens. They just like there's like, hey, la no, we're aliens. we're the alien people, and then we're taking over bodies, and then literally throughout the movie, we like the worst part, they don't even explain their motives when they first showed up. They just take over bodies, like literally, like if they were at least like if they literally just spent like a line where they explain their motives, like, oh yeah, like we gotta, cause she doesn't explain it until the end, right? Like literally when they first show up,
not until she's taken the force from Jean. Yeah, she doesn't explain it at all.
Yeah, like literally when they first show up on Earth, it would have made more sense for them to explain it to us instead of just having them show up, because they just show up and that's it. They show up, they take the aliens, and then they do that. Like literally at any point during literally at any scene, they could have just explained it. For like, I don't know, like maybe during the scene when they confront Jean's Jean's dad or whatever, they could have, I don't know, just dropped like a hint of what her power does or something, or like just give like a throwaway line, like, oh yes, her power has forces. Your daughter has the ability to dominate worlds, like something like that, like literally like a little throwaway line like that. I'd be like, oh yeah, just to show what their motive is, because we don't know what their motive was until we just know that they're aliens. That's it. They're aliens that show up. Like there's nothing that shows what their goal was. I really would like if they just had one, like literally just threw in one dialogue, just be like, oh, to show what their motive or their goal was, but they don't do that. It's just really got me about them being there.
Yeah. Because they also, you know what annoys me too, like they show this thing that happens where apparently they can like these aliens can twist they just do a motion of their hand, and then they kind of cave in somebody's chest. So I kind of thought that would imply that like they had psychic powers too or something. Mm-hmm. And so if that was the case, I was just wondering when they were invading like the whole train, why didn't they just do that on everybody?
No, but that's not a cool scene, William. That's not.
Yeah,
cool.
But it's like you establish the power. I see it used a good number of times. Why can't you do it to other people? You know,
they did it to people. They can't do it to mutants. Remember, like mutants aren't people.
Yeah, sure, but it's like I would have like, instead they just kind of like throw their bodies at the train and stuff, and it's just like, why can't you just do that power all the time so that you guys don't get killed? Yeah. Now like that would have been like then like you see them die, I'm like, just use your power, just do that twisting thing, just cave people's chests in, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And then it's like I would have believed it if they couldn't use it, if it was like Xavier stopping them when they got unleashed. Or like not unleashed, when they were released from their chains and stuff. But it's like if from then on, if that happened, then I could have believed them throwing their bodies to just physically attack them. But it's like they don't do that. They just let themselves get shot and killed. I'm like, just do your twisting thing. That's also a thing too, which kind of annoys me. But
oh fuck.
Other than that, they used to put you get some, I guess. It's just a lot of wasted performance or potential from the performance of these actors. Mm-hmm. Like they focus more on moving the plot forward rather than the character. Mm-hmm. Because again, it's like if we got to sell the impact of like Raven's death on everybody, if you got to really feel Jean's anger at her feeling of being betrayed from her trust in Xavier and stuff like that, it would have worked a lot better.
Yeah.
And it's just like you don't get any of that, and it just feels like you're only going to be there for the action scenes, and that's how it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let me just.
Oh, what the fuck is this? That's just a skin. Okay.
So that's the thing. The CGI is serviceable. A lot of it's okay. But
I mean, I'm just not a big fan of how this movie ended. Like this movie could have done some more, like because when I heard they were gonna do Dark Phoenix, all right, cool, they're gonna do Dark Phoenix, one of the most famous, Dark Phoenix is probably one of the most famous Marvel storyline in comic storyline,
in comic history, honestly.
Yeah, like when you talk about comic books, alright, Dark Phoenix is up there as like one of the most famous, with like stuff like the death of Jason Todd. It's probably even more famous than the death of Jason Todd, probably, honestly. But like, yeah, so when I heard, I was like, oh cool, I was excited. I was like, all right, cool, they're gonna do Dark Phoenix. They set up at this point they set up the universe good enough, and we know these characters now, right? Like we know how these characters play, and then they just like you were saying, they wasted all these character potential. Like we could have had a good story, like they could have done so much more with everything. Like they wasted the aliens' potential. Like these aliens could have been a much better force, like a much better antagonistic force, but they literally don't do anything with these aliens. To show how they're attacking this force. Like we see the Phoenix Force, but I really wish they dove more into the Phoenix Force instead of just being like, "Ooh, she's angry." Ooh, like they try to figure out the Phoenix Force, stuff like that.
Yeah, and then it's like it would have been better if like even like if she's trying to figure stuff out and then she loses control and then that's why she kind of like.
Even as weak as his character cliche goes, maybe like I would have liked it like she gets the Phoenix Force, it's like, oh, I have the Phoenix Force. Then she starts doing Phoenix Force stuff, starts doing Phoenix powers.
She goes on an ego trip too.
Yeah, stuff like that. Something as much as a cliche plot element, like even that would have been way more interesting to see her embrace the Phoenix, and then maybe during a mission she does too much, and that's what kills Mystique, something like that, right?
Or rather, like as I said, maybe that injures Mystique. Maybe she thinks she's dead or something, and then she kind of has like this kind of breakdown or whatever. And then that would have been a lot better. Mm-hmm. But but it's a waste. It's just like a lot of this is just a waste. This is like what, the second time they've ruined the fucking. This is their second attempt, right? Yeah. And they still ruin it.
Yeah, because they got that guy that wrote the first Phoenix Force storyline back to direct it. I hope that when the MCU comes out of X-Men and when they do the MCU version of the Phoenix Dark Phoenix movie again, they get this guy again for the third time. They're like, all right, you may have failed the first time and you messed up the second time, but we believe that the third time you're gonna get this right. Third time's the charm is what they say.
God, dude, that would be. I don't know. Don't give me this future. Don't give me this future, okay?
Would you say it will be a dark future?
Oh my God! Stop it. But yeah, that's kind of how this movie is. It's just like a lot of wasted potential. The only thing we would go there for is the action scenes.
Yeah, like all the action scenes were cool. I like all the cool action scenes in this movie.
Yeah, that's about it, honestly. If I'm gonna give it a rating now, a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, same.
Because it's just the action scenes are it. That's all you want.
Yeah. Boy, I hope the New Mutant fixes everything wrong with the X-Men franchise.
Look, I'm just hoping that, like, if anything, my biggest hope out of this whole X-Men franchise stuff, I hope they only acknowledge Logan in the MCU.
But William, the New Mutants though, they're gonna save the New Mutants will save the X-Men franchise.
Look, if it does well, it does well, but we'll see. Okay,
if it ever gets released.
If it ever gets released.
Jesus Christ. Boy, I can't. Can you imagine what people who've been like, oh boy, I can't wait to go see New Mutants. They're like, damn.
Yep. They're not gonna see it anytime soon.
Yeah, boy. Can you imagine all the New Mutants fans for the last one? When was New Mutants supposed to be released again?
April 3rd. Do you mean originally?
No. Yeah, like the original. How long have people been waiting for New Mutants? How long have people been waiting for New Mutants again? New Mutants been supposed to be released like what? Back in.
I think it was supposed to be released during
2018. Okay, it was already supposed to be released. I hope all those New Mutants has been waiting for this movie for the last 2 years. Really been hyping this movie up. This is gonna be the savior of the.
It was supposed to be originally released on April 13, 2018.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
This movie's never...
Then it was delayed to 2019, February 22nd, to avoid Deadpool. And then
to August.
And then August 2nd, 2019, to avoid Dark Phoenix. And now it's been delayed to April 3rd, 2020. But now even that's being delayed because of coronavirus.
Yeah. Boy. This movie's... Wait, maybe the world isn't ready for the New Mutants. I think that's just it. Maybe this movie is so good they can't release it.
It's had 3 cuts. You said yourself it's had 3 cuts.
Yeah, maybe every time they cut it, it gets better. And they're like, fuck, this cut is too good. We can't release it.
God damn it, dude.
Maybe the New Mutant just keeps getting better and better, and they can't release it because of that. They're like, the world is not ready for what we're about to show on screen.
God damn it, man. Whatever. I'm
Alright.
whatever with this now. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let it happen.
Yeah.
Let it die.
Yeah.
Or let it live. Who knows?
And like the Phoenix, it will rise up again.
Alright,
Maybe that's what Dark Phoenix. It's supposed to be an analogy for the New Mutants. So Dark Phoenix killed the X-Men franchise, right? But then the New Mutant will rise from the ashes to save the X-Men franchise.
I hate everything about this right now. I hate everything about this. We're ending this now, okay?
Okay, cool. See you guys next time as we talk more about Final Fantasy VII Remake.
I swear to God, that's not what we're talking about.
Alright, okay, thanks, bye.